All right, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in this week. Okay, Pixar movies. I love Pixar movies. They've really changed the industry completely. Fantastic. You know, you've got Finding Nemo, you've got The Incredibles, you've got Monsters, Inc., you've got Toy Story. Speaking of Toy Story, remember Toy Story 2, where Woody found out that he was actually a character in a show called Woody's Roundup? I thought that was super awesome. So I thought it'd be cool to spin off some other Pixar characters into shows of their own. So check it out. But before we do that, in these drawings, I planted 3 Pixar Easter eggs. If you're a big Pixar fan, you'll know what they are. They appear in every single Pixar movie. So check them out. Put down the time codes in the comment section below where they occur in the video. Turn on your post notifications as well, the little bell right there, and you have a chance to win this drawing out of my sketch pad. It's an original, one of a kind. So here we go. Pixar spin-offs drawn in that Butch Hartman style. Okay, let's start with Inside Out. We call this spin-off just simply Dream Productions. Funny that in Riley's brain there's this little factory, like a Hollywood studio, that makes her dreams every night. I thought that was just a great idea. So I thought it'd be cool to meet Bing Bong before he meets joy and sadness in Riley's brain. Because when we meet him in Inside Out, he's running around, he's just kind of all by himself. But I have a feeling he used to be an actor at Dream Productions, and I have a feeling this is what it would look like. He would be out there singing and dancing, they'd be filming him, and of course his personality, which is very upbeat and fun, would instantly clash with, you know, the big star of Dream Productions, Rainbow Unicorn. So this is them having sort of a little adventure on the set. Bing Bong's having a great time, and of course Rainbow Unicorn is having nothing to do with it. I mean, think about it. Bing Bong and Rainbow Unicorn, it could be like, you know, their own version of La La Land. You know, singing and dancing, tons of music everywhere, color. We're unlimited too. The only thing that is different about La La Land is both of these characters probably don't like each other very much. So we're doing the Dream Production starring Bing Bong and Rainbow Unicorn. Okay, next up is Up. I actually wrote that. All right, anyway, next up is a spin-off of Up. It's called Wilderness Explorers. I think it'd be fun to spin off the character of Russell and the Wilderness Scouts, because you're just talking about tons of adventure they could have. You know, they could be out exploring the woods, they could explore caves, they could explore underwater, they could explore outer space. They have the power of Carl's many, many balloons to get anywhere they want to go. So here's a depiction of what a typical scene in the show would look like. They're out exploring. You know, it's Russell trying to put up a tent, and of course Carl's tent is being lifted away by the balloons. And we have Doug over here, who is of course still part of their lives, and he is definitely trying to be part of the Wilderness Scouts. I think with his amazing nose for squirrels and just nose for tracking things, and the fact that he can talk, he would really be a cool asset to the team. And who knows, maybe they're on the lookout for a snipe. All right, this next one is Wazowski, and I love it because it involves Monsters, Inc. I love Monsters, Inc. Put that thing back where it came from, oh, so help me, so help me, so help me! I really like the way Monsters, Inc. ended. I thought it was really nice how instead of getting screams from kids to power Monstropolis, they are now getting laughs. And so I thought Wazowski, like Seinfeld, it follows Mike Wazowski as a stand-up comic. And so now Mike is performing comedy for kids as their doors are open to the human world. He does his act from the scare floor, which has now been turned into the laugh floor. Kids laugh at his act, and they power Monstropolis with their laughter. Here's Wazowski with Mike Wazowski. Sully, put that thing back where it came. Oh, anyway, I love doing the voice. All right, one of my favorite Pixar movies is The Incredibles. Obviously, I love superheroes, so I love The Incredibles, and I really think it'd be cool to do a prequel to The Incredibles with the character of Frozen. Because he was such an interesting character in the movie, but just to see where he came from and what he was all about before he got teamed up with Mr. and Mrs. Incredible. So this is just a scene of Frozone facing off with Mr. Incredible. This is when they first met. Maybe Frozone's costume was a little different. He hadn't sleeked it up yet. It's a little less slick. It looks a little different, you know? But I love that about superheroes when they're first becoming who they are, and they have early versions of their costume. Even in Spider-Man Homecoming, you see that he's got a non-upgraded suit. It's just made out of sweatpants and a ski mask, which is exactly what a teenager should have for a costume, which is why the Spider-Man costume, even though I love it, always kind of bugged me, because I couldn't make a costume like that when I was 16. I would have no clue. Frozone is almost a bad guy, but not intentionally. Before all the superheroes went into hiding, the world is just full of superheroes. There's so many superheroes and so few criminals that all the superheroes go to one criminal and try and beat them up. I think Frozone's in competition a lot with Mr. Incredible. That's why they kind of get into a couple little altercations before they actually team up and become friends later on. So this is Frozone and Mr. Incredible fighting over who's going to fight the villain. And we just call this one Frozone. This show is spun off from Finding Nemo, and I call it Pop. One particular group of characters I love are the tank gang in Finding Nemo. You know, the fish that were in the dentist's office, how at the very end they end up in a plastic bag and are kind of just floating in the ocean.
Now what?
And I thought it'd be kind of fun to see what do fish do in a plastic bag. They're not underwater, they're in water, but they're still floating above the water too. So I think the entire premise of this show is how to pop the plastic bag. And this theory is even proven out in Finding Dory, because they're in a scene at the end and you see their bag is full of algae and they're still in the plastic bag. So I think my theory holds a lot of water. And we got our main characters here trying to find ways to pop their plastic bag. So this is them in just one encounter where they're coming up on something really sharp. We see the seagulls there trying to, I guess that's some of their enemies trying to keep them away. It's just a classic scene of them trying to get free. And of course every episode they won't get free, but it's just kind of funny who they meet along the way. They'll free other people, but they won't get free themselves, and they'll just sail away in the plastic bag. Okay, this next one is called Yo Pizza Planet, and it features, ta-da, the Pizza Planet truck. The Pizza Planet truck is actually in all of the Pixar movies, every film. This could be an Easter egg. I'm not saying whether it is or not. But anyway, in the Cars movies, they took the Pizza Planet truck and they gave him a face, and they even made a toy out of him when they made toys out of the cars. They named him Todd. So this is Todd, the Pizza Planet truck. And I always wondered, how does Todd get from Pixar movie to Pixar movie? How does he, traverse dimensions and make it into all these movies? And I thought, hey, he's got a rocket ship on the top of his cap. I think Todd uses the rocket ship to fly from dimension to dimension and deliver pizza to everybody. So here's Todd delivering pizza to Lightning McQueen after he won the Piston Cup, and he just left the Ratatouille universe having delivered Remy some pizza. And this show is called Yo Pizza Planet because on the back of the truck there's the word Yo, which is left over from the Toyota logo. So that when anybody in the Pixar universe wants some pizza, they just go, Yo, Pizza Planet! Alright, last but not least, probably my favorite Pixar movie, Toy Story. And I call this one the Space Ranger. I remember in Toy Story how when Buzz first meets Woody in Andy's room, he's convinced that he's in a western town. What if we did this show as Buzz's perception really come to life? This is how Buzz really sees the world. He sees Woody as an outer space sheriff. He sees Zurg there in Andy's room, building, of course, the ultimate weapon, and they've got to get to it. I've included Bullseye in this drawing as a robotic horse, and of course I put the iconic Andy's room clouds in there. Just this is how Buzz would really see the world. He really is a space ranger, really defending the universe from horrible, horrible threats, which is, of course, Emperor Zurg. Also, remember in Toy Story when Buzz sees his toy box, the box he came in, looks like a spaceship. He says, my ship, this will take weeks to repair. I put the ship back here in the background. So there's the ship. Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear with Space Sheriff Woody riding on robotic Bullseye, off to stop the evil Emperor Zurg, sworn enemy of the Galactic Alliance. Alright, did you guys find all 3 Easter eggs I put in the video? Here's a hint. This is maybe, I don't know, could be one of them. You never know. Alright, don't forget to put the time codes down and hit that little bitty alert button there, the little bell, the YouTube alert, and enter the contest. Put the time codes down in the comment section below and you could win that really cool drawing. And this week on the big whiteboard, I'm about to draw someone that a lot of you suggest every week. I'm just not getting around to him. It is, of course, Baby Poof from The Fairly Odd Parents. Here we go. Hey Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the NOOG Network, my new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use hashtag HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.